Balladus Orcanus. Alrighty guys, Vio here back with a Manger Mode gameplay. So what actually happened was, if you haven't seen a couple of videos on the channel that I've actually deleted now because there's no point keeping them on the channel, I actually felt bad, I probably should have left them there just for a historical sake, but I ended up starting a Olympic Lyonnais Manager Mode, and that started okay. You know, we were going along strong, but then my capture card lost everything. So unfortunately, I'm not going to continue with that. I couldn't be bothered doing the same thing because it started off so well with all the transfers and stuff that, you know, I couldn't really, you know, get all the same stuff. So I decided to go with Chelsea, and as you can see here, where our league objective and our domestic cup objective is to both win. So we've got to win the league title and win the domestic cup. So we'll see how that goes as we go. As always, what I like doing with manager modes is having two teams. Sorry, it's a swallow again. Having two teams, so we've got a starting team and a backup team to rotate through fitness, suspension, injury, and all that sort of good stuff. And this is what I'm going with Chelsea. So as you can see here, we've got the formation modifier. It's sort of a 4-3-3 modified. So we've got the 4 at the back, a centre defensive mid, 2 attacking mids, a striker, and the 2 wingers. So that's what we're going with Chelsea, and we'll see how it goes. So we're just listing up all the people for loan, all the transfers and stuff at the start of this. And then at the end of this little loan list, transfer list thing, I will put up the list of all the Chelsea players and their status. Now, the status will be the little colour on the right hand side. It'll just have an S as the title up the top. And what that is green is at the club and yellow is loaned out. So that is how it's going to work at the start of this thing, and then whether I make it red or whatever, if I sell them, and I'll just keep all the players or whatever. But as you can see here, they're in alphabetical order and stuff. So we've got all the green people are in the club and all the yellow people are currently loaned out. So that's how I've got the team at the start. So we've got some absolute great talent. We've got Courtois, the Atletico Madrid keeper. He's actually with Chelsea, and we've got Thorgan Hazard and Lucas Piazon, and there's a lot of good players to come back in on loan at the end of the season. So the good thing about Chelsea is they've got a lot of depth in their squad. Now, obviously you can see a lot of transfers in here coming for Fernando Torres because a lot of people want him. I actually end up putting a counter offer of 25 mil on that one for Arsenal, and we'll see what they say about that. But Chelsea have a bit of a 70 mil transfer budget, so I wanted to bring in some players. So I look at De Segli, the right back there, and we'll see if we can bring him in as our starter. And then we look at Rafael Varane, who's going to be an absolute beast of a centre back. He's actually one now, but that's who I want as my starting right centre back. Be an absolute monster. And then I look at Nastasic for the starting left centre back, and like those two are the 2 best centre backs, or going to be the 2 best centre backs in the world in a few years. Absolutely amazing. And then I want David Alaba as my left back. My keeper's fine. We've got Czech in there. We've got Courtois coming back next year, so that'll be fine. And then I looked at Paul Pogba for my centre defensive mid, an absolute boss. I love Pogba. He's just absolutely amazing. So as you can see here, we're putting a bid in for Varane, and I had all the Chelsea attacking players and stuff like that. They're all not too bad. So we'll see how that goes, and we should be fine. We don't really need to bring too many attacking people in. Maybe look like later on through injury or something, we might have to do some more stuff. But as you can see, they were transferring Terry plus 25 mil because obviously it's just a like-for-like player. Terry wasn't going to get enough game time; he's too slow. And as you can see here, we're trading off Ashley Cole for David Alaba, so another like-for-like, left back for left back. So we'll see how that goes. De Siglio, we're going to put a bid in for De Sigli. He's absolutely amazing. Looks so good. Got a nice sort of rating. And we put a bid in for him, and you know, hopefully we can get a couple of these players. And Arsenal come back with a 22.5 mil bid for Fernando Torres, and was like, well, we have Eto'o and we have Demba Ba, so we're okay for strikers. If they want to buy Torres that badly, we can sort of get a little bit more money out of him and maybe bring in another player or something like that. So we ended up putting an Essien bid plus like 30 mil or something, 28 mil for Paul Pogba because we really want Pogba. He's an absolute boss. Pogboss. And then I got just another bid for Torres that I just completely ignored because we already got one at Arsenal. And a contract offer out to David Alaba, try and get him as a left back. And then a bid came in for Demba Ba, and I thought, well, he's our backup striker. Maybe if I sell him, I can get another one. But I'll put it up for a bit of money. So I'll put it up a 20 mil bid. So if they really want him, they're going to have to pay 20 mil for him. And then, you know, to make me go through the stress of getting another striker and all that sort of stuff. But we put a contract bid in for Varane, see if he can accept that and be our beautifully awesome centre back. And then Counter offer in there, just to whatever, just around 25 mil. I was not really caring at that point. We ended up changing the player, I think, for Pogba. I think we send out Ramirez because we don't really need like 3 centre defensive mids. Ramirez is a good player, but it'll save us some money, and Pogba's going to be our starter anyway. So what can you do? We got an offer there for Valencia, but the Arsenal one's already been sent, so we accept that one in hopes that the Arsenal one breaks down or whatnot. But what can you do? But as you can see there, De Siglio actually, he doesn't think we can give him the role that he wants in the club. So we're saying he's going to be a crucial first team player and stuff like that. He doesn't think he's going to get that in the club, so we'll see how that goes. We actually get Alaba and Varane there, as you can see. Beautiful signings right there. And then we get another transfer offer for Demba Ba, so we put it down to 20 mil again. So if they really want him, they can come get him. Ivanovic, we just, completely ignore that for now because he's part of the De Siglio deal. And yeah, we'll see if we can bring in some more people. So Pogba, we put a contract offer out. He's obviously going to be our starter, so crucial first team player for Pogba. He's an absolute boss. Gary Cahill, we put the price up a little bit, so he's going to be our maybe our backup centre back, depending on like David Luiz and stuff like that. So we put our money up there for him if they really want him. I was really confused about De Siglio. He doesn't really think he can get a crucial, but I kept putting crucial first team player. And another 20 mil bid for Demba Ba. And the contract offer accepted for Pogba. So we've already brought in 3 players, so it's really good. It's a great start. And a loan deal for Masonda, 21-year-old, only rated 58, so I don't know how that's going to go. But De Siglio again denies the contract, so we'll put the money up and make him just put the money up. I thought it might have been the money thing at this point, but as you can see here again, he declines it, and it's not I really read it hard, so it's really not the money. Leave it as the 80k and put him as a squad rotation player, which he's not really going to be, but we'll see how that goes. See if that's the thing that's holding him back. A loan deal for Christensen there, and that was what did it for De Siglio. So we actually get De Siglio, the right back, so that's really good stuff. Offer here for David Luiz. I just want to reject that because I want to keep him in the club as long as possible. He's an absolute beast. And Omahoro wants to play in the friendly. Now, this is only going to have 1 game in this episode, guys, because the only friendly was like right at the end of July, and I do my manager modes in monthly installments. So we get the first chance here. Demba Ba gets played through and tucks it away for 1-0. Beautiful start. And always at the end of each month, I'm going to do a goal of the month, and at the end of the year, I'll do a goal of the year. So that's going to be a thing. So Eto'o scores the second goal in the 80th minute. So this is going to be the only game. So I'll pick the best of these goals out of this stuff. But then Hazard takes a shot. It gets blocked by the defender. Gets a corner, and with the corner, we actually get another chance. So Oscar puts it in, and the header gets sort of blocked. But then Pogba with a beautiful backwards header over the top of the keeper. And that's how it will end. So we get the 3-0 win, and that is pretty much all it says. So we've got some more friendlies coming up in the next episode, plus a little bit more transfer wheeling and dealing. And I will leave you guys with the goal of the month, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Vio, and peace.
There's a chance! Oh! Excellent block. Corner count rising. And this is interesting, whether the manager is just going to switch things around a little bit. That's quite a Pogba! Well, it's quite a nice way to start. It's not a league game, but